Flying cars have long been a staple of science fiction, often portrayed as something unattainable. But today, that once unthinkable fantasy is rapidly becoming a reality, thanks to Elon Musk. Known for tackling the impossible, Musk is now set to redefine transportation by turning flying cars into a part of everyday life. The most astonishing part? These flying vehicles are set to hit the market today. Elon Musk has been a leader in innovation for years, pushing the limits of what's possible with SpaceX, Tesla, and Neuralink. His audacious goals and revolutionary ideas have challenged the status quo, from electric cars to space exploration. Now, his latest venture, flying cars, has the world buzzing with excitement. What was once pure science fiction is about to become a reality. For decades, flying cars have appeared in movies like The Fifth Element and Back to the Future Part 2, always seeming too futuristic to ever come to life. The technology simply wasn't there, and the idea seemed like a distant dream. But now, Musk is announcing that these vehicles are real, and they're about to take off. According to him, these flying cars are no longer just a vision, but a game-changing reality that's ready to transform the way we travel. So, what does this mean for transportation? If flying cars become mainstream, it could revolutionize everything. Cities could be designed to accommodate these vehicles, drastically reducing or even eliminating traffic congestion. Imagine avoiding hours of gridlock by simply flying above it all. In a world where time spent in traffic is a daily frustration, Musk's innovation promises to save precious hours while giving us the thrill of soaring through the sky. With Tesla and SpaceX already leading the way in groundbreaking technologies, many are curious how Musk plans to make flying cars practical and affordable for the average person. Will they become common for all of us? Or will they remain a luxury for the wealthy? And of course, safety will be a major concern, as this is still an uncharted territory in personal transportation. The world is watching to see if Musk can bring his bold vision to life. Flying cars are no longer a mere fantasy or impossible dream. They're almost here, changing the future of commuting in ways we never imagined. But what does that mean for your daily drive? The vision behind Musk's flying car. Elon Musk has always had big dreams. Some might even call them impossible. From revolutionizing electric vehicles to working on sending humans to Mars, he's achieved more than most could ever imagine. Now, with his latest venture, flying cars, Musk isn't just thinking about the technology behind the vehicles. He's reimagining an entirely new way of life. So, what's the true vision behind Musk's flying car, and how could it change the way we think about transportation? Musk's goal is clear. He's not just trying to create a car that can fly. He wants to fundamentally change how we interact with transportation and urban spaces. His vision goes beyond just the technological feat of building a flying car. He envisions a complete rethinking of cities, infrastructure, and how we travel. By developing electric vertical takeoff and landing eVTOL vehicles, Musk aims to create a revolutionary new form of personal transportation that could eventually replace traditional cars and even planes for certain travel needs. At the heart of Musk's flying car vision is environmental sustainability. Musk has long been an advocate for addressing climate change, and the flying cars he imagines would likely be powered by electricity. If Tesla can successfully develop these vehicles, they could help reduce emissions and pollution, problems that have long plagued traditional forms of transport. These flying cars would not only be more energy efficient than conventional vehicles, but could also pave the way for a greener, more sustainable future. Picture a world where traffic doesn't add to smog and CO2 emissions, where vehicles zip cleanly through the air, powered by renewable energy. It's not just a fantasy, it's a possibility that Musk is working towards. But Musk's flying car vision is about more than just the cars themselves. He wants to transform how we live in cities. Flying cars could make short-distance travel incredibly fast, eliminating the need for long drives or dreaded commutes. Imagine a city where you can travel from downtown to the suburbs in just a few minutes. Vertical landing pads could replace traditional parking spaces, and new infrastructure would emerge to support this technology. Musk's goal isn't just to create a flying car. He wants to revolutionize how we think about urban mobility and city planning. That said, bringing this vision to life won't be easy. Musk's flying cars will need to be safe, affordable, and reliable before they can become a mainstream form of transportation. Will cities be ready for such a massive infrastructure shift? Will people trust flying cars with their safety? These are critical questions Musk will need to answer in the coming months and years as he continues to push the boundaries of what's possible in transportation. Musk's flying car vision isn't just about creating a new kind of vehicle, it's about changing the world as we know it. But can he make this vision a reality, or will the dream of flying cars remain out of reach? The technology behind Musk's flying cars. So, how do you make a car fly? Is it as simple as adding wings to a regular vehicle, or does it require some groundbreaking technology? When it comes to Musk's flying cars, the technology is far from simple. The whole concept of flying cars relies on a variety of advanced technologies working together to create something entirely new. The main technology behind Musk's flying car is called Electric Vertical Takeoff and Landing, EVTOL. These vehicles are designed to take off and land vertically, much like a helicopter, but with electric propulsion. This is a major breakthrough because it allows flying cars to operate in smaller urban spaces where traditional airplanes or helicopters couldn't land. With the ability to take off and land vertically, EVTOLs eliminate the need for long runways and crowded airports, allowing them to function in city centers and suburban areas with ease. But the technology doesn't stop there. These flying cars will also need a series of sensors and artificial intelligence systems to ensure their safety and maneuverability. Just like Tesla's electric cars rely on autopilot for autonomous driving, Musk's flying cars will also feature a similar system to keep them safely airborne. These cars will need to navigate through crowded skies, avoid obstacles, and handle various weather conditions, all while ensuring passengers remain safe and comfortable. One major challenge is battery technology. While traditional electric vehicles already struggle with battery life, flying cars face even greater obstacles. Keeping a vehicle in the air requires far more energy than simply driving on the ground. To make this work, Musk and his team will need to develop powerful, long-lasting batteries that can provide enough energy for extended flights while being light enough to avoid weighing the car down. Breakthroughs in battery storage, charging infrastructure, and energy efficiency will be crucial in determining whether Musk's flying cars can truly take off. But what does all of this mean for the consumer experience? Flying cars need to be affordable, easy to use, and reliable. Tesla's success in making electric vehicles accessible to the masses is encouraging, but designing a flying car that could function as a daily commuter vehicle will require a whole new level of engineering. Tesla has already proven it can disrupt the car market with electric vehicles. Now we'll see if it can do the same for aviation. Can the technology behind these flying cars overcome the significant challenges they face, or will they be grounded before they ever take flight? The challenges Musk will face. With flying cars, it's easy to get excited about the idea of flying cars. After all, they've been a dream for decades. But turning that dream into reality is no simple task. Elon Musk may be a visionary, but even he will encounter major obstacles when it comes to launching flying cars. What are the biggest challenges he'll need to overcome to make this groundbreaking idea a reality? The first and most obvious challenge is regulation. The skies are already filled with planes, drones, and helicopters, and adding flying cars to the mix could create chaos if not carefully managed. Introducing a completely new type of vehicle will require new aviation regulations, flight paths, air traffic control systems, and more. Governments and aviation authorities will need to collaborate with companies like Tesla to establish a new framework for managing flying vehicles. The challenge here isn't just technical, it's legal and political as well. Creating new rules for flying cars will take time, and different countries may have varying levels of willingness to embrace this revolutionary technology. Another hurdle Musk will face is public perception. While the idea of flying cars is undeniably exciting, it also comes with significant safety concerns. Will people be willing to trust their lives to a flying vehicle? There are valid worries about the reliability of these cars, especially in various weather conditions. The thought of being hundreds of feet above the ground in a vehicle that could malfunction is a terrifying prospect for many. For Musk to succeed, he will need to ensure these flying cars are not only technologically advanced, but also extremely safe. Gaining public trust for such a groundbreaking project will be a major challenge. So, will flying cars take flight? Or are they just another dream that's destined to remain out of reach? Will Musk's flying cars help save the planet? Elon Musk has long been a champion of sustainability and green technology. His electric vehicles, solar products, and commitment to renewable energy all form part of his vision to reduce humanity's environmental impact. But when it comes to flying cars, can the technology really benefit the planet? Or will it create more environmental issues? Musk's flying cars are expected to be electric, meaning they will produce zero emissions while in use. This could have a significant positive effect on the environment, especially compared to traditional gas-powered vehicles. The transportation sector is one of the largest contributors to global carbon emissions, so switching from conventional cars to electric flying vehicles could significantly reduce those emissions. The potential for flying cars to improve air quality in urban areas is especially exciting, as these cities are often plagued by smog and pollution from heavy traffic and gas-powered cars. However, there are still questions about the overall sustainability of flying cars. While they may reduce emissions during operation, the environmental impact of their production and battery disposal must also be considered. Batteries for electric cars, including those for flying vehicles, rely on rare earth metals that are often mined in ways that harm ecosystems. How will these environmental costs factor into Musk's vision of a cleaner, greener future? Additionally, if flying cars become widespread, they will require a vast charging infrastructure. This could put pressure on the power grid, and generating the extra electricity might lead to greater dependence on non-renewable energy sources. For Musk's flying cars to live up to their environmental promises, everything around them, the production of batteries, charging stations, and energy generation, will also need to be sustainable. Can flying cars truly revolutionize sustainability? Or are they just another example of high-tech solutions with hidden environmental costs? What will the world look like? Imagine stepping outside, hopping into your flying car, and in just minutes you're soaring above the city, avoiding traffic, and reaching your destination in record time. It's an exciting thought, but what does the future really look like with flying cars? Could they reshape urban landscapes, or will they just be another passing trend? Musk's flying cars could bring a major shift in how cities are designed and function. Urban planners may soon need to rethink the entire layout of cities to accommodate these airborne vehicles. Instead of sprawling parking lots and garages, vertical landing pads could become the new norm. These pads would allow people to land their flying cars closer to their destinations, be it a supermarket, office building, or cafe, transforming the way we think about city infrastructure. One of the biggest changes with flying cars could be the elimination of traffic congestion. How people get around in densely packed cities like New York or Tokyo could be completely revolutionized. No more sitting in traffic jams for hours or waiting in gridlock. Commuters could simply take to the sky, bypassing the crowded roads below. Not only would this save precious time, but it could also reduce the stress and frustration many people experience during their daily commutes. The world might finally be able to leave traditional vehicles behind in favor of fast, efficient, and clean flying cars. However, such a monumental shift will require the world to adapt to a new normal. The introduction of flying cars will demand massive changes in regulations, infrastructure, and public perception. The introduction of flying cars would not only require major changes in infrastructure, but also alter how we perceive travel itself. New air traffic control systems would be essential to manage the increased activity in the skies, and safety measures would need to be in place to prevent accidents and ensure smooth operation. Could flying cars also reshape transportation beyond city limits? Long-distance travel, like crossing a country, could become much quicker. With the ability to fly over natural obstacles like mountains, rivers, and oceans, Musk's flying cars could offer more direct routes than traditional travel methods. Imagine skipping long drives or waiting for hours at airports. This new form of transport could connect far-flung regions in ways we've never seen before, potentially boosting global connectivity. Could Musk's flying cars be the future of global transportation, or will the challenges of making them a reality be too overwhelming to tackle? The economics of flying cars. While flying cars may seem like something only the wealthy could afford, there's a possibility that they could be made accessible to the average person. With Elon Musk at the helm, it's not entirely out of the question that flying cars could become an affordable reality for everyone. But will they be priced for the masses, or will they remain a luxury item reserved for the elite? Let's take a closer look at the economic implications of this groundbreaking new vehicle. At first glance, flying cars might evoke thoughts of futuristic luxury vehicles, like the ones in sci-fi films such as Blade Runner, where they are often portrayed as high-end status symbols. But Musk's track record with Tesla suggests he's committed to making cutting-edge technology available to the general public. He revolutionized the electric car market by making EVs more affordable and practical for everyday use. It's not hard to imagine that flying cars, powered by similar electric technology, could follow a similar path. For this vision to become reality, Musk will need to find a way to lower the production costs of flying cars. These vehicles will require advanced materials and technology, making them more expensive to produce than conventional cars. However, as we've seen with electric vehicles, mass production and advances in battery tech can drive prices down over time. One key factor will be automating the manufacturing process. Musk has already made huge strides in automating Tesla's production lines, and that model could be applied to flying car production. The ultimate goal would be to make flying cars as affordable as possible. If Musk can make them accessible to a broad range of consumers, it could change the transportation industry forever. However, we must also consider the costs of ownership. Will flying cars need expensive maintenance and specialized repairs? How much will it cost to charge them and maintain the charging infrastructure? These are important questions that Musk's team will need to address to ensure flying cars aren't limited to the wealthy. Could flying cars really be affordable for everyone, or will they remain out of reach for the average person? Let's break down the economic factors that will shape the future of these vehicles. Will flying cars be safe? While the idea of flying cars is thrilling, there's one major question that's on everyone's mind. How safe will they be? When we think of flying, we often picture airplanes and helicopters, which are heavily regulated and require licensed pilots. Will flying cars follow the same model? Or will they be as easy to operate as regular cars? Safety will undoubtedly be one of the biggest concerns when it comes to flying cars. Unlike traditional cars, which have been around for over a century with established safety standards, flying cars will have to prove themselves in a completely new aerial environment. How will Musk ensure these vehicles are as safe as possible? The answer lies in advanced technology. Flying cars will likely incorporate autopilot systems, similar to Tesla's autopilot feature, to help them navigate the skies safely. This technology will be essential for ensuring that the vehicles can handle complex air traffic and avoid potential hazards. Additionally, AI-driven systems will play a critical role in maintaining safety. These systems will allow the cars to detect and avoid obstacles, much like the ones used in self-driving cars. However, even with these advancements, there are still major questions to answer. Will flying cars be able to avoid accidents as effectively as airplanes? How will they respond to weather conditions such as strong winds, thunderstorms, or fog? And what happens if there's a technical malfunction during flight? Musk will need to collaborate closely with aviation experts and regulatory bodies to ensure that flying cars meet the highest safety standards. But with technology constantly evolving, there's hope that these cars will be equipped with the necessary safety features to protect both passengers and others in the sky. As exciting as flying cars are, the key question is whether they'll be safe enough for everyday use. The future of this technology may depend on its ability to ensure the safety of those who use it. The environmental impact. Elon Musk is well known for his dedication to environmental sustainability. From Tesla's electric cars to his plans for solar energy, Musk has consistently championed green technology. But while flying cars could provide a more eco-friendly mode of transport, there are still concerns about their long-term environmental impact. Could flying cars end up contributing to environmental harm? On one hand, electric flying cars could significantly reduce the carbon footprint of personal transportation. Unlike traditional vehicles that burn fossil fuels and emit harmful gases, these flying cars would produce zero emissions during flight. This is a huge win for the environment, especially in urban areas where air pollution is a growing problem. Plus, widespread adoption of electric flying cars could help accelerate the shift toward renewable energy sources. However, there are still some environmental challenges that need to be addressed. For example, flying cars will require a lot of energy to stay airborne, and the battery technology needed to power these vehicles may come with its own environmental costs. Mining for lithium and other rare earth metals used in batteries can have a serious environmental impact if not done responsibly. Additionally, producing the cars themselves will require significant resources, including rare metals, carbon fiber, and other materials that could contribute to environmental degradation. Could flying cars be the ultimate solution for eco-friendly transportation? Or are they just another environmental challenge in disguise? Let's take a closer look at how these vehicles might impact our planet. The future of Musk's vision. Elon Musk has always been great at thinking ahead, often decades into the future. So, what's next for the world of flying cars? Is this the start of a new era in transportation, or are there still too many obstacles standing in the way? Let's take a look at what the future of Musk's flying car vision might look like and what it could mean for the world. Musk has already made a huge impact on the world, from his electric vehicles to the SpaceX rockets that have changed the landscape of space travel. Musk has repeatedly shown that he can turn bold ideas into real-world innovations. But even for someone like Musk, the future of flying cars remains uncertain. While technology is progressing quickly, there are still many challenges to address. In the next few years, we could see flying cars become more affordable, efficient, and integrated into everyday life. As Tesla and other companies continue to develop these vehicles, we may start seeing personal air travel become more common. It's possible that within the next decade, flying cars could be as widespread as electric vehicles are today, completely transforming our views on commuting, cities, and the environment. Though flying cars might seem like a far-off dream, we're closer than ever to making them a reality. Could this mark the beginning of a new era in transportation? Who else is working on flying cars? Elon Musk may be the most famous name in tech, but he's not the only one working on flying cars. Many companies are jumping into the race to revolutionize personal transportation and secure their place in history. So, who else is competing with Tesla to bring flying cars to the masses? Let's take a look at the contenders in this futuristic market. While Tesla and SpaceX are leading the way, Musk isn't alone in this pursuit. Several other companies have entered the flying car race, each with their own unique approaches. One of the most well-known competitors is Terrafugia, a subsidiary of Geely, the Chinese automaker that owns Volvo. Terrafugia's flying car, the Transition, has been in development for years and aims to combine the functionality of a regular vehicle with the ability to fly. While it may not be as advanced as Tesla's vision, it shows there's serious global interest in bringing flying cars to life. Another key player is Joby Aviation, an American company backed by some of the biggest names in venture capital. Joby focuses on electric vertical takeoff and landing eVTOL aircraft, similar to Tesla's flying cars, with plans to provide air taxis for urban areas. Then there's Lilium, a German startup that's making waves with their sleek, fully electric, jet-powered flying vehicle. Lilium's aircraft promises to be faster and more efficient than traditional planes, and their goal is to create a network of on-demand air taxis to reduce congestion in major cities. Uber is also planning to enter the flying car space. Known for their ride-sharing app, Uber has already invested significantly in Uber Elevate, a project aimed at developing flying cars for urban air mobility. Taking a more collaborative approach, Uber is working with several manufacturers to create an electric air taxi service and sees flying cars as the next major step in transforming transportation. While Musk's flying car vision is still in the early stages, these companies are working hard to catch up. Each brings unique innovations to the table, and their race to develop practical, safe, and affordable flying cars will determine which one will have the biggest impact on the future of personal air transportation. With all this competition, how will Tesla stand out in the flying car race? And what will it take for Musk to outpace his rivals in this high-stakes technological battle? The global impact of flying cars. Musk's flying cars could have a far-reaching impact not only on urban transportation but on the world at large. From transforming cities to revolutionizing global logistics, flying cars could open up a whole new world of opportunities. But what would a future with flying cars look like on a global scale? One of the most exciting possibilities is how flying cars could reshape global logistics. With the ability to take off and land almost anywhere, these vehicles could change the way goods are delivered worldwide. We currently rely on long delivery times and congestion in shipping ports to move goods from one place to another. Flying cars could solve this problem by offering a much quicker and more efficient method of transportation. Companies that depend on fast delivery, like Amazon and FedEx, could use flying cars to cut down on shipping delays and get products to consumers in record time. Flying cars could also play a crucial role in disaster relief. In the event of natural disasters like earthquakes or floods, these vehicles could quickly transport medical supplies, rescue teams, and even victims to safety. In areas with damaged infrastructure or limited access, flying cars could provide a vital lifeline, allowing help to reach remote regions that would otherwise be unreachable. The potential to save lives and assist during crises is one of the most compelling reasons why flying cars could have a global impact. In cities, flying cars could transform urban landscapes. With new air traffic management systems and designated landing zones, cities would adapt to this new form of transportation. This could lead to a more efficient and less polluted world. As traffic congestion fades away, smaller cities might even become more popular as people choose the convenience of flying cars over traditional vehicles. Of course, such a dramatic change comes with its own set of challenges. There will be regulatory issues to tackle, stricter airspace control will be needed, and new infrastructure will need to be built. But the potential benefits are clear. If flying cars can be successfully integrated into society, we could see a future where personal air travel is as common as driving a car today. Looking ahead, it's evident that flying cars could be the next big leap in transportation. Thanks to Elon Musk's relentless push for innovation, we're closer than ever to a world where personal air travel isn't just a dream, but a reality. While there are still challenges to overcome, technological, economic, and regulatory, Musk has shown time and again that he has the vision and expertise to break through barriers. Flying cars could change the way we travel forever. What are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our next video for more exciting updates.